Good evening and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you 100 news and updates from the country and the world in 30 minutes. Let's begin. President Draupadi Murmu is at the Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar 2025 award ceremony to confer awards to distinguished scientists and innovators at Rashtrapati Bhavan. Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan on Tuesday stated India has emerged as one of the most proactive nations globally in shaping artificial intelligence policies for inclusive growth and national transformation. Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan at New Delhi's AI conclave on Tuesday emphasized making AI integral to school and college curricula for developing students' critical thinking and problem-solving abilities. The Vice President also emphasized that AI is crucial for the country as it charts its inspiring journey towards a self-reliant, inclusive and technologically empowered Viksit Bharat by 2047. Prime Minister's office reposted Union Minister Piyush Goyal's article on the new India-New Zealand FTA, India's first women-led negotiation enhancing trade, jobs and $20 billion FDI for mutual growth. India has said that FTA with New Zealand underscores the commitment of both the nations to deepening the economic ties and harnessing mutual opportunities in rapidly evolving financial service landscape. The Union Finance Ministry said that the agreement will establish a robust institutional and regulatory frameworks to accelerate bilateral cooperation, enhance market access, and promote deeper integration between the two nations. India's Chief Economic Advisor B. Anantha Nageswaran on Tuesday said that country's GDP numbers are not overestimated and criticisms are often raised to sow doubt without rigorous analysis. Chief Economic Advisor V. Anantha Nageswaran urged shortening revision cycles for India's GDP, CPI and IIP amid rapid changes, addressing New Delhi workshop and calling for contributions to define new data releases. India will provide a $450 million package to assist in the reconstruction of areas affected by Cyclone Titwa in Sri Lanka. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on Tuesday announced this while addressing the media in Colombo. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar stated that the package comprises of a $350 million concessionary line of credit and $100 million in grant aimed at supporting the rebuilding of cyclone-affected regions of the nation. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on Tuesday met Sri Lankan President Anura Dissanayake in Colombo on Tuesday and conveyed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's warm wishes and message of solidarity in the aftermath of Cyclone Titwa. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi's special envoy, met Sri Lanka's Foreign Minister Vijitha Herath in Colombo to discuss cyclone relief and long-term reconstruction. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and Sri Lankan counterpart jointly inaugurated a 120-foot Bailey Bridge in cyclone-hit area airlifted from India under Operation Sagar Bandhu. The Indian Army's Engineer Task Force launched the 120-foot dual carriageway Bailey Bridge in Jaffna region on Tuesday, restoring vital road links devastated by Cyclone Titwa. India on Tuesday has reaffirmed ongoing humanitarian assistance and long-term medicine supplies to Afghanistan in JP Nadda's bilateral talks with Maulvi Noor Jalal Jalali, featuring symbolic handover of cancer medicines and vaccines. Union Health Minister JP Nadda emphasized coordinated centre-state efforts to strengthen influenza preparedness while virtually addressing the two-day Chintan Shivir on intersectoral convergence in New Delhi. The Indian Air Force congratulated Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, the Axiom 4 mission pilot on Tuesday, for the Man of the Year honour by the Week magazine, boosting India's human space flight program. India observes National Farmers' Day on the 23rd of December, honouring farmers' contributions to national development and marking the birth anniversary of former Prime Minister Chaudhry Charan Singh, renowned for advocating farmers' welfare. In 6 months, authorities prevented 660 crore rupees in cyber fraud losses using financial fraud risk indicator with over 1,000 banks and institutions onboarding digital intelligence platform supported by RBI and NPCI. In business, at close, the Sensex was down 42.64 points or 0.05% at 85,524.84. Nifty was up 4.75 points or 0.02% at 26,177.15. Indian rupee traded marginally lower at 89.75 per dollar versus previous close of 89.65. Gold prices reached a record of $4,484 per ounce globally on Tuesday amid escalating geopolitical tensions, central bank buying and anticipated US monetary easing. Silver prices soared to a record $69.98 per ounce globally on Tuesday, up over 141% year to date, fueled by industrial demand from solar and EVs, supply deficits and safe haven buying. Global oil prices climbed with Brent crude reaching $82.45 per barrel and WTI at $78.9, driven by Middle East tensions and OPEC Plus production cut expectations. Asian markets rose, led by gains in Tokyo, Hong Kong and Shanghai, fueled by year-end rally hopes, safe haven demand and momentum ahead of holidays. European markets rose slightly on Tuesday as Euro Stoxx 50 gained 0.31% amid low volumes in holiday-shortened week, with cautious sentiment prevailing before Christmas break. Cryptocurrency prices dipped on Tuesday with Bitcoin at $88,000 and Ethereum below $3,000 amid low volumes and caution ahead of major options expiry on D-Ribbit. As a whole, global markets climbed on Tuesday with Asian stocks gaining, US futures steady near records, precious metals surging to highs amid year-end rally and holiday optimism. The security situation in Bangladesh remains caught up in a vicious cycle of violence and protests again, following the lynching of a minority member and the killing of a leader last week. Inqilab Munch on Monday warned of launching a movement to topple the Yunus-led interim government if justice is not ensured for the killing of its spokesperson Sharif Usman bin Hadi, vying to stay on the streets until the perpetrators and their alleged backers are brought to book. The platform member secretary Abdullah Al-Jaber issued a warning at an emergency press conference stating that no election would occur without justice for Hadi and announced protests until accountability is achieved. US President Donald Trump said Monday it would be smart for Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to step down as US naval forces pressed a blockade on the South American country's oil wealth. Hitting back at US President Donald Trump, Venezuelan President Maduro said that the US president would be better off focusing on domestic issues rather than threatening Caracas. Venezuela's key ally, Moscow, expressed its full support for Maduro's government as Washington has dialed up military operations and threats against Caracas. The US military said on Monday it killed one alleged drug trafficker aboard a low-profile boat traveling along on what it added were known drug transit routes in the eastern Pacific Ocean. US President Donald Trump on Monday announced plans to build a new Trump class of battleships that he said would be larger, faster and 100 times more powerful than the biggest of any previous American-built warships. President Donald Trump announced battleships for his Golden Fleet to ensure United States naval dominance, starting with 2 vessels expandable to 25 and upcoming meetings with contractors on slow production. The US president has also expressed disapproval of releasing photographs of Bill Clinton from Jeffrey Epstein files, calling it terrible and claimed Democrats are using it as a political distraction. Australia's most populous state, New South Wales, is set to pass tougher gun laws, ban the display of terrorist symbols and curb protest, informed the state premier Chris Minns. New South Wales Parliament's lower house cleared the terrorism and other legislation amendment bill late on Monday in an emergency sitting. The Australian government said it was preparing and drafting tighter national gun and hate speech reforms following a mass shooting at Bondi Beach. In a press conference, US President Donald Trump said that talks to end the war in Ukraine are going okay. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Ukraine and the United States are making progress on a package of bilateral security guarantees and an economic recovery plan following talks in Miami. He further mentioned that the framework included 20 points and a separate document with Washington that he expects to be considered by the US Congress. Protesters attacked government building in Albania, targeting Prime Minister Edi Rama's office, demanding government's resignation. Albania has been witnessing rising political tensions in recent weeks after Deputy Prime Minister Belinda Buluku was indicted for alleged corruption. France's government pushes lawmakers to approve emergency legislation to avert a shutdown as pressure mounts from investors and rating agencies. An Ecuadorian court sentenced 11 of 17 soldiers to more than 34 years in prison over the forced disappearance of 4 boys during security operations last year. Time to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to DD India, where a billion voices unite, connecting viewers to the stories that matter. India is not just another news channel. It's the international channel that puts the spotlight on the global south, bringing you stories from the heart of emerging economies, dynamic cultures, and transformative voices. As the international news channel of India's public broadcaster Prasar Bharati, DD India delivers high-quality content from every corner of the globe, focusing on the stories that shape our future. We don't just report news. We connect you to India's voice in the global narrative, from current affairs to culture, from economic growth to sustainable development, and the ever-evolving world order. DD India gives you a comprehensive view of the world around us. Stay connected, stay informed, and embrace the stories that shape our lives. DD India, India's voice to the world.
Welcome back after that short break. Let's begin. Thousands of miners and rural workers in Bolivia took to the streets against a government decree that partially removed fuel subsidies, triggering sharp rise in gasoline and diesel prices. The last batch of 130 kidnapped Nigerian school children arrived at Niger State Government House after release, ending a month-long ordeal. Politician Robert has intensified his campaign across Kampala ahead of Uganda's January 2026 elections. Mexican medical plane carrying at least 8 people crashed off the Texas coast. The accident killed at least 3 people. A car crashed into the crowd during an annual light parade in Netherlands, injuring at least 9 people. 3 of the injured are reported to be serious. France's meteorological agency has issued a red alert for the Hérault department due to heavy flooding of the river Hérault. 2 miners have died due to a methane leak at a Polish mine, according to the mine operator's statement. 8 others were rescued. Farmers' protests continue on Christmas Eve in Carbon, where farmers have set up a roadblock. Angry farmers blame government for turning a deaf ear to their problems and refuses to talk to them. Chilean President-elect Jose Antonio Cast refused to take a position on former President Michelle Bachelet's candidacy for UN chief, saying he would only comment after his March inauguration. Senator Flavio Bolsonaro of Brazil shared his plans for a presidential campaign next year to moderate the family legacy while delivering smaller government tax cuts and privatizations. Dubai has transformed some of its iconic landmarks with festive decorations and events to mark the Christmas season. Twinkling lights line the walkways of Dubai's global village, adding charm to the venue's pavilions, which feature food and traditional items from across the world. Residents and visitors in Japan participated in the Owarai Shinji ritual, a traditional ceremony at the Hiraoka shrine in Higashi, Osaka, where participants gather to laugh continuously in the belief that it brings positivity and hope. Now, this rare sacred ritual draws on a story from Japanese mythology in which the sun goddess emerges from a cave after being enticed by the god's laughter, restoring life to the world. A Cape Town theatre turned into a glowing sanctuary as Thandeka String Quartet performed a candlelight Christmas concert, enchanting audiences in search of festive cheer. A new mural by the anonymous British street artist Banksy appeared in London's Space Waters district on Monday, drawing crowds of passersby stopping to photograph the work. In Peru's capital Lima, the holiday spirit is on the move. Public transport driver Walter Santa Cruz has transformed his bus into a Christmas wonderland, delighting children as he drives dressed as Santa Claus. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro showed off his dance moves with an AI-powered robot that grooved along to traditional Venezuelan Christmas gaita music. Papier-mâché artisans in Jammu and Kashmir are giving finishing touches to decorative products as they race to meet festive season orders from international markets. Rich, dark and steeped in tradition, plum cakes are in high demand as Christmas nears. Dehradun's bakery, famed for their rum-soaked recipes, are at the heart of the festive rush. With less than 2 weeks to go for the Magh Mela, Prayagraj's district administration is working round the clock to ensure smooth arrangements for devotees from across India. Christmas and New Year celebrations in Kerala become more affordable as Supply Co shopping fairs are offering subsidized items at various districts. As weight loss drugs are gaining popularity in the US, some in the restaurant industry are taking note and offering smaller portions for diners with reduced appetites. Locals raise concerns for the safety of Vijago's archipelago, also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is under the risk of being submerged due to floods. Located off the Atlantic coast of tropical Guinea-Bissau, the archipelago is home to colonies of sea turtles, hippos, sharks, manatees, and nearly 850,000 migratory birds. The archipelago also hosts several sacred sites as well as artisanal fisheries relied upon by nearly 25,000 inhabitants. Aditya Dhar's directorial Dhurandhar, featuring Ranveer Singh, has surpassed the box office collection of Ranbir Kapoor's starrer Animal to emerge as the 10th highest grossing film in India by earning over 560 crore rupees by Monday. Actor Ajay Devgan is set to return as Vijay Salgaonkar in Drishyam 3. The film is all set to for a theatrical release on the 2nd of October. The story will advance within the established Drishyam timeline, introducing new and unexpected twists. Vijay Deverakonda's pan-India film Rowdy Janardhan, produced by Dil Raju and Shirish, had its title glimpse unveiled in Hyderabad on Monday. Directed by Ravi Kiran Kola, the film is a large-scale rural action drama and features Kirti Suresh as the female lead. Parasakthi, an upcoming Tamil film featuring Sivakarthikeyan and Ravi Mohan, is set to release in theatres on the 10th of January. Directed by Sudha, the film was previously slated for a release on 14th of January. The makers have released the first teaser of Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey on Tuesday. The film follows Greek hero Odysseus, played by Matt Damon, as he travels the long and winding path back home after Trojan War. In addition to directing, Nolan wrote the script and produced the film. The trailer shows Odysseus getting shipwrecked along with his army and making his way back home during a treacherous journey. Hollywood horror comedy Anaconda is set for massive release across 1,000 plus screens in India this Christmas, the 25th of December. The film will hit the cinemas nationwide in English, Hindi, Tamil and Telugu. Dan Da Dan is set to return for the third season in 2027. The Science Saru studio unveiled a new key visual for the supernatural comedy series. Chris Rea, the singer and songwriter best known for the hit Driving Home for Christmas, has died at the age of 74. He died in the hospital following a short illness. He was found in 1980s Britain with hits such as Fool and Let's Dance. Actor James Renshaw, known for The Wire, It Chapter 2, has died at the age of 46. He was best known for his role as Ziggy Sobotka, appearing in 12 episodes of The Wire's second season. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosted Indian sports poster boy javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra and his wife Himani Moore at his residence in New Delhi on Tuesday. After cruising to a comprehensive victory in the opener, Indian women will look forward to tighten their grip on the 5-match T20I series when they take on Sri Lanka in the second game of Visakhapatnam. Australian skipper Pat Cummins will miss the remainder of the Ashes after being left out of Australia's squad for the Boxing Day test. Nathan Lyon was also ruled out of the 4th Ashes test with the veteran spinner facing surgery and an extended period on the sidelines. Steve Smith, who captained the team in Cummins' absence during the first 2 tests, will lead the team again in Melbourne after missing Adelaide with vertigo symptoms. Former England cricketer Chief Andrew Strauss has warned that removing coach Brendan McCullum and captain Ben Stokes will not be enough to change a depressingly one-sided story in Australia following another painful Ashes defeat. Former Karnataka all-rounder Krishnappa Gautam has announced his retirement from all forms of cricket. A host of top Indian cricketers featuring Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, Shubman Gill and Suryakumar Yadav will be in action in the Vijay Hazare Trophy set to start on Wednesday. Bengaluru fans will not be able to watch Virat Kohli's Vijay Hazare Trophy match as games scheduled at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium have been shifted to BCCI Centre of Excellence following a Karnataka government directive citing security concerns. Alpine SG Pipers reached the final of the Global Chess League after piping Ganges Grandmasters by just 1 point in the final round of the league phase. FIFA released its final men's world rankings of 2025 on December the 23rd, setting the stage for next year's World Cup in North America. Plans to stage AC Milan versus Como in Perth on the February 8th have been scrapped after last-minute conditions imposed by the Asian Football Confederation. Napoli won the Italian Super Cup on Monday as David Neres scored twice to secure a 2-0 victory for reigning Serie A champion over Bologna in the final at Al Awal Park in Jeddah. Premier League club Liverpool on Wednesday said that striker Alexander Isak has undergone surgery after breaking his leg and will be sidelined indefinitely. And Brazilian club Santos on Monday said that Neymar has undergone a successful operation on his left knee to repair a damaged meniscus. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. So don't go anywhere, keep watching and keep tracking DD India for all latest news and updates from the country and the world. Thank you so much for joining us right now.